Okay, good, intentional.
And I'm not in a classroom all year this semester. Next semester I'll have a college class I'm teaching here on campus, but I go into other people's classrooms. So it's hard for me to come up with a number because I don't have my own class right now. I was in his the other day and I'd agree with 3.5. Because most of them are on task, but there's a few that trail off here and there.
They try to do on their own
But
thing.
then I do guidance lessons for all 7th through 12th grade. So I've been in the English classes for every single grade level. And of course, it depends on the grade. I do have to say, generally, middle school is a little more distracted, needs more guidance as you would expect than some of the older grades. So.
Right, okay, good. Mr. Murray, I know it's difficult in your class because it's, kind of out there.
But I would go with what they said, probably 2.5 at worst, but I think it goes back to follow instruction, one thing that as I've gotten assistance, thankfully, through other administrators in the school, is doing what they should be doing. I ain't dressing out, I ain't putting stuff away, and for me, that's follow instructions, and I need that support. And that's where I think we have to, teachers, if I can help you some way in your rival class or whatever, help one another and support each other.
Okay, good, appreciate that. The last thing that we spoke about last week, a couple weeks ago, and I want to touch on this briefly and then we'll be done, is when you see other students helping out his or her peers, how are you doing praising them doing the right thing? Because we can all get caught up in a student doing the wrong thing, right? And correcting that and making sure it's taken care of. That's not going to happen in our classrooms. We're going to do it this way. But how are you doing as far as praising a student, maybe picking up trash or opening the door for a young lady? Whatever. How are you doing with that and praising students and encouraging students?
All right, let me jump in. A priority to me about 5 years ago was to start trying to encourage students more. And so I try to be much more vocal. But it takes a mindset of looking for the opportunities. And sometimes just as I'm going across campus, because of course I see grades, I see, that's my academic
Right,
goal and all that. So obviously those are doing well academically, I see more. And of course I'm having meetings this week with those on the other end of that right now, hoping they can pull it out of the slide. So it's kind of like see the two ends of the spectrum. But even this is the general student out there, if you got to look for opportunities. As they're going across the parking lot, if they about to cross the crosswalk, cars coming, and they kind of warn another kid not to jump out from the car, just any number of little things, and just say something. Hey, I appreciate you, watching out for that student. I appreciate you doing this or doing that, and just say things, because a lot of times when they do things that are right, when students do things right, you can feel like nobody's noticing.
Mm-hmm.
Now you do something wrong, they're like, oh yeah, I'm all over that.
Right,
but,
it's overlooked.
And so it's a mindset. So you have to watch for the opportunities as you go on campus here and there to say something when something happens immediately.
I liked it when you said intentional. Sometimes we don't do these things intentionally. We might notice them from time to time, but we don't intentionally go out of our way to make sure students affirmed or encouraged.
Yes.
And that needs to take place, and definitely in my classroom as well. Anybody else have an
I have
opportunity?
teachers that tell me the things that they see students do, and with our system of giving Knights Gold, that's one of the things that, a lot of them may look to see if somebody's, doing that without, trying to ask for the Knights Gold.
Right, that's important.
And generally I do a report every week, and, report, it does do behavior, and in that behavior it does demerits as well as merits.
Okay,
And I see those merits to where, just in general, someone left some stuff on the table in the cafeteria, and the kid, just decided he'd either pick it up, clean it up, or whatever, and nobody ever asked him to. And so, the teachers write him up a merit and let him know he did a good job. So I do see a lot of that.
Okay, good. Well, I think this is important for us as teachers. I think it's important as administrators and leaders of our school, is to make sure that I would like to have this as school-wide and roll this out to the teachers, and this was the test market, so to speak, of the high school here, middle school and high school, and I'd like to roll this out to the remainder of the school to see how it goes as far as greeting students at the door. And I know some teachers do greet students at the door, making sure our class rules are uniform, but the positive aspect, I think, is overlooked. And when you can encourage a student that's doing the right thing, either for like I said earlier, picking up trash, or they compliment another student, when you can encourage them and pat them on the back and let them know they're doing a great job, you can see the demeanor change from maybe having a decent day to kind of being excited. And I think that would benefit our school greatly if we could do that in the future, so to speak. Well, I appreciate you guys showing up, and look forward to talking to you guys soon.